Go ahead, Greg.
So Taz, is it as simple as when you guys see one shot start to go, they all just come in quick succession? Confidence of the team just explode at that point? How can you explain it?
Well, I think we did a good job of turning our defense to quick offense and getting shots to players that need to see a shot go in. Like Sean was really feeling it, and we was just picking up our defensive pressure and intensity. And once we felt that, our offense was taking care of itself. We seen one go in, second one go in, then that boosts our defense, and then vice versa. So I think our defense was the main catalyst of us and the creation of our offense.
Next is Cody Nesper.
Hey Taz, just since the end of the game on Friday, what did you guys do to prepare for this game?
We knew they had really quick guards and they had good defensive guards as well and bigs who can really pass it. So we were just trying to focus on ball pressure and making them play our type of game and not theirs, speed them up a little bit, try to get them in the press a little bit and just run on offense. Once we ran out on offense and got easy points on fast breaks, I think that's what opened the lead as much as it did, because I feel like we can use our athleticism a little more to get out and get quick buckets, because you don't really want to just fight for every point every point that you can get. So yeah, we was mainly just taking things away from them, making everything difficult, forcing back cuts and forcing our help to rotate, and we was just trying to get them to play our game instead of theirs.
We'll go to Justin Jackson.
Hey Taz, you kind of mentioned that turning defense and offense. You guys sort of did that to begin the second half against North Texas as well with that full court press. And I'm just kind of wondering, Coach Huggins the other day said that press is basically just kind of designed to slow the other teams down. But this is the second game in a row where you guys have actually turned some turnovers into some transition layups and things like that. Just kind of talk about that press and what it does for you, and the fact that you just kind of break it out in spots. What does that do for you guys?
Well, just to have the ability to change up our defense and instead of going to a straight man-to-man, up the line, forcing passes away from the basket type of thing, we to the ability to have a different defense you can go to speed people up and just to get them uncomfortable. It's a great feeling, and we're not pressing Virginia by any means. They had a different team just like us, but we have good athletes, so I think we can speed people up, get a couple of steals here and there, get it all on a fast break, but that's mainly just to slow people down and just to get them to 18, 15 seconds on the shot clock to run their half-court offense, and that's what we were trying to do.
Kevin Kinder.
Taz, a little bit more on that pressure. When you start getting that, though, and you see you're taking them away of things that they normally do, did you sense some frustration there? Because, there was a 3 or 4 minute stretch where they couldn't really do anything at all with the ball. And secondly, did you see anything particular in the way they run their offense that you all felt like you could take away and attack?
Well, I feel like us seeing them, we seen them frustrated. We seen them kind of struggle a little bit because as a basketball player, you know how frustrating it is when you get pressed and it's just turnover and turnover. So our main thing on defense was to just take the reversal pass up top to their big man away, because he initiates their offense, and then they go into this jungle action where it's just cuts after cut and multiple actions, 10 actions, and just slips. And so the big man created all that at the top of the key. So our focus was just to make sure he catches the ball away from the basket as much as he possibly could, so he couldn't throw those back cuts a lot, even though he got, I think, a couple of assists off of them. And we was just trying to focus on that, make sure those quick little guards didn't get into the lane as much as they did other games, and just contain their shooters.
Greg Hunter.
So Taz, when you guys don't make shots and you hear people say, "Boy, if they could just make shots," do you guys take that personal? How do you put that behind you and try to keep your confidence level?
I don't take anything that people say personal to me. That's just basketball. It's just the world we live in, this sport. That's gonna happen. But we have other ways of scoring and other ways of dominating the game. Of course, like West Virginia has a big culture around defense, so we can dominate the game without shooting the ball very well. But when we do shoot the ball very well, I think we're a very good team. And even though we got to pick up a lot of things defensively, get into our sets offensively faster, once we make shots like today, I don't know what our three-point percentage was, but I looked up and it was around 40%, 50% at one point. And once we start having people to forcing people to respect our jump shots, they can't double off of DC and Oscar and Isaiah and Gabe as much because we're gonna end up making shots. So the ability of making shots just open up everything that we do in our offense.
Back to Justin.
Hey, Taz, you guys are obviously on a pretty good roll here. Team's probably going to move up into the top 10 this week in the national polls. You guys at a point last year were kind of in a very similar spot, where the team's moving up the rankings and all this and that, and then had some struggles. A year later now, how is this team different and maybe more able or capable of handling this success?
Well, I feel like just like last year, we had good leaders last year, Jermaine, Haley, and Chase, and Mozzie, of course. But this year, I feel like we have a older group since the people from last year, like Jordan and Emmett, like they're all juniors now. So they've been playing college basketball for 3 years now. So we have a good group of older guys, and we have a good group of young guys who just like to learn. And we just look forward to the next game and just think about the game that we have at the moment. And the big difference, I think, from last year is we have such a complete team. So when things don't go right for one player, coach can just throw in another player and just get probably the same production, Even though we don't play all 13 guys right now, we have the ability to play all 13 if we really needed to. And I feel like that's what separates us from last year.